Hey, welcome back guys to another Symmetry video. It is long overdue, but I figured I'd stop by and sort of just talk about what I've been up to the past, how long? 5 months? Oh, time is flying by this year. It's crazy. I do apologize for the lack of videos, but let's talk about what I've been up to in the time since the previous update, because there are some big changes, such as everything behind me right now. One of the big things, I guess, for me has just been moving into doing a lot of physical collecting. I'm actually going for a complete Xbox 360 PAL collection, so let me know if you'd like to see some videos there. As well as just going back to my roots with achievement hunting. I've moved back to Xbox, namely the 360, but a bit of everything, and just sort of going for achievements, which is where I started way back in about 2009, I believe it was, with Assassin's Creed 2, which is one I should probably do just to go full circle again. But that's been a lot of fun there. Very different from the Platinum Trophies and I guess Steam achievements that I've been doing up until about 5 months ago. But yeah, let's jump in. Let's take a look at the achievements that I've been earning since. All right, let's go have a look at it, shall we? Now, I must preface this by saying that my good friend Callum, my one friend on Xbox so far, so do change that. Add me. I need people to boost with, has challenged me to see which one of us can hit a million gamer score first. Now, as you can see on the screen here, he has a significant head start, given that I started this account just over a month ago. I believe I started it on the 12th of October. So I've gone 12,000 gamer score in just over a month, which I'm pretty happy with, to be honest. But yeah, he's got a significant head start on me, so do let me know any games that are quite enjoyable that I could use to catch up and beat him to that million. Anyway, let's go to the bottom of my list and we'll see where I started. So I actually started with Donut County. The reason being is it was leaving Game Pass, I believe, and I think Game Pass works a bit differently to PS Plus, where you only get notice of it like 2 weeks before it goes off, which is terrible. That's not good. Give me a month. Like I think PS Plus gives a month, right? Give me that month so I can knock stuff out. But I knocked this one out in a single afternoon. I'd already done it once on PlayStation on my Symmetry account years and years ago. It's a really fun game. You're essentially just a giant hole and you've got to suck everything into your hole, which is a very strange sentence to start this video with. We then move into Mafia, the Old Country, which was a big reason, I guess, why I got into achievements. At this point, I was sort of just playing games for fun again. And then I was really enjoying Mafia, the Old Country, because it is such a good game, and I was kind of like, oh, I actually want to, I think, go for this 100%, get all the side stuff, which was a choice in that the side stuff is actually kind of annoying to collect. Some of those collectibles, like the mystery foxes and the newspapers, were kind of annoying in that they do show up on your map, but only when you're close to them, when you've got sort of proximity, and that wasn't fun. Didn't like that very much, but yeah, I knocked it out. I think I did it in about maybe a week, and it was a really good game. I really enjoyed it. The next one's the first exclusive of the list, and Quantum Break was interesting. It's made by Remedy, who did Alan Wake and Control, and this was an Xbox One exclusive. I think it may have even been a launch Xbox One exclusive from memory, so it was a game I had missed at the time. For context, my journey with trophies and achievements, I guess, is I started on Xbox 360 back in the day. My OG Xbox 360 is actually the one playing Halo in the background there, which is amazing that it has never got a red ring of death even to this day. But started with achievement hunting, was very much into that, got into like YouTube channels like Achievement Hunter and would follow their guides and just really loved that aspect of gaming at the time. I lived in rural New South Wales, Australia, so absolutely out in the middle of nowhere. Internet was a thing that you had, but it was very hard to use. We had satellite internet. It took a very long time to load anything, so actually playing anything online was very difficult to do. As a result, when the Xbox One came out and they were like, oh, we're gonna be always online, I dropped it. I moved to PlayStation because I could not use your new console. That just wasn't a thing that was an option for me, unfortunately, at the time. And so I moved across to PlayStation, swapped to trophies, was then in trophies for a good like 10, 11 years. That's obviously what I built this channel on, was trophies and trophy reviews and stuff like that. And then in the last sort of couple of years, I guess I've sort of gravitated back to things I enjoyed at a easier time in my life, I guess. And so really fallen back in love with Xbox 360. I'm trying to collect every achievement I can on Xbox 360. That's sort of my goal. Still collecting other things, like you can see in the background there, the PlayStation 2 collection is also growing. I think Manhunt is giving me the death stare right now, which is kind of concerning. But very much absolutely back in love with the Xbox 360 and chipping away at those. So if you've got Xbox 360 games you need to boost multiplayer in, hit me up. I need those achievements too, trust me. But Quantum Break, back to that, off the derail there. It's really fun. I really enjoy it, actually. It's the weakest Remedy game I've played, admittedly. Its story it's good, but it's kind of confusing. It's sort of hard to, I guess, keep up with. And the final boss sucks. But the rest of the game was actually pretty fun. High on Life, probably the worst game that we're going to see on this list. High on Life is one of those games where if its comedy is your kind of thing, you're going to love it. But for me, it was very much entertaining for about 2 hours, and then from there on it was miserable. And by the time you get to the cleanup at the end, it's painful. Collecting all those chests, for those who've not played the game, it's got a series of semi-open worlds, and there's a bunch of cleanup you've got to do in those, and there's no map, so there's no easy way of keeping track of where the chests are that you have versus the ones that you didn't. You just have to sort of run around and follow videos and hope for the best, which was pretty painful, to be honest. Jusant is next. This was another one that was leaving PS Plus at the time, and I really liked this one. You just climb a mountain. You're a rock climber climbing a mountain. There's some sort of fantastical elements to it too. Flying fish whales. They're just flying through the sky. There's a bunch of fun stuff like that. The trophies and the achievements are both really simple to get. They're essentially just get all the collectibles, do a couple miscellaneous things like swinging on your rope a bit. But overall, it was a really fun one. I think this is one I, again, knocked out in like 2 or 3 days. Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. I'm actually surprised to see this on the list, because for up until very recently, this wasn't showing up. But this is a game I own physically up on the shelf. I started it briefly. It's got some nasty achievements, actually. There's ones for like playing the game for like 100 days, like the multiplayer, getting in and doing that. So I guess I probably need to start that. But this is one that I started offline. Some of my Xbox 360s, I've got 4 of them. Some of them I'm noticing are having issues with actually getting Xbox Live to work. So this is one that I started playing without knowing that. And the 8 achievements there, I've got just the like first 8 offline ones. So I think beating the first couple of levels and getting a couple of the they call Kilroys, the little collectibles that are kind of like a scribble on a wall. But yeah, I've knocked out a bit of that. Now that that is actually showing up on the list, I'm going to go back to it because it's a really fun game. I just didn't want to have to like potentially restart it and move my way through. But yeah, really fun one there. This is another one I think that doesn't have PlayStation achievements or PlayStation trophies, because so PlayStation started putting trophies in the games quite a while after Xbox achievements, and the end result is that you've got like 3 years worth of games that don't have trophies, which sucks because a lot of those games are the ones that I actually really enjoy, or ones that I wanted as a kid but didn't get the chance to do, such as like Assassin's Creed 1 is a really good example. Minami Lane is next. This is a nice, cute, relatively easy peasy game. You essentially have quite a long street, and you've just got to put like houses and shops down on that street and balance everyone's like happiness with things like recycling and stuff like that. Each level has like a bunch of challenges where you've got to beat it with a certain number of buildings or certain happiness and things like that. It was relatively simple. I think I knocked this out like casually while I was playing the rest of these games here. Lost via Domus. Here we go. Now we're in the woods. Now we are we're looking at games that everyone else watching this video has completely forgotten. So this is based on the TV show from the sort of early to mid 2000s Lost. Bunch of people crash on a plane, they're on an island, spooky, confusing stuff happens, and then there's a really lackluster ending. It got a video game by Ubisoft, of all people, and it is remarkably unremarkable. There are some... all of the achievements are easy in this. A lot of them are just beat the game. Some of them are things that are kind of like interesting, like little Easter eggs where you get to the hatch, for example, and you see the light in the hatch before Locke does in the show. It's its own sort of story that interchanges with the first like season to 2 seasons. I haven't watched Lost in a little while, so I'm trying to remember the events themselves. But you're sort of like interjecting between some stuff, and it's interesting. I like the way it was woven in. I liked the story itself. The graphics are appalling. The actual gameplay is really rough. There's actually a really nasty achievement in this, and I was lucky that I was backing my saves up, where if you go to the Black Rock, which is like a pirate ship that's crashed, a slave trading ship that crashed several hundred years earlier, and there's dynamite there. You have to get the dynamite and take it all the way to another location. If you run, the dynamite blows up. If you're killed by the smoke monster, the dynamite blows up. It's a lot of dynamite blowing up, and that's not good. If it does blow up, which is very easy to do, it's very easy to accidentally sprint. The game just deletes your save file. It just completely deletes your save file. It's not supposed to. That's not good. But this came out in like 2006, 2005, 2006. So competence was limited, as it is still to this day. So the end result is have a backup save. When that happens, because it probably will, load your backup save, you're golden. But so I was lucky. I dodged a real issue there, thankfully. Stranglehold is next. This is a John Woo movie sequel. I can't think of what movie exactly it's a sequel to. This is essentially like a Max Payne kind of clone, but you play as Chow Yun-fat, which is kind of awesome. Now, I've earned one achievement in this, which kind of sucks. I just earned this achievement by loading the game up. Unfortunately, it does actually have unobtainable DLC that's been delisted, so I guess I don't care about unobtainables now. I'm just going to get as many achievements as I can in games that look interesting to me. So this is one I am planning on coming back to very soon, and sort of rolling through it and absolutely steamrolling it, because it looks awesome. I know that the harder difficulty achievements, because it's one of those games that's old enough where difficulties don't stack, so you've got to play a game a couple of times. It looks interesting. The difficulty does look very difficult though. Unpacking is next. This is one that you've probably seen on this channel many times. Nice, simple, easy one where you just unpack a bunch of houses for a girl's life. I'd done it previously twice on PlayStation. So this was the third time going through. I knocked this out in a couple of like afternoons after work. Lord of the Rings War in the North. This is one I'm playing through currently. This is another one of those classic games where I always really wanted it, but so I was around like 10 to 15 in the height of the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and so a lot of these games are ones where like I would beg my parents to get them for me. Obviously didn't have money at the time, and so missed out on a stack of these games. So it's, for me, it's very much just going back and playing a lot of these for the first time, and I love this game. I've always loved the Lord of the Rings. I've always loved J.R.R. Tolkien's works. But I'm finding this really interesting. It's taking a bit of the story and a bit of the sort of Middle-earth lore that isn't really expanded upon too much with Angmar and sort of the northern conquest during the War of the Ring, and it's interesting. I'm finding it really cool. The harder difficulties are essentially all that I have left, and there is one achievement for killing an enemy with 3 real players simultaneously. I need that achievement, so if you're interested in getting it too, join the Discord, Hunter's Haven. We are absolutely rolling in some achievement-based stuff in there, so if you're an Xbox hunter, or even just a trophy hunter in general, PlayStation, Steam, join the Discord. We're going to be rolling some competitions out. It's going to be good. Join. I dare you. I double dare you. But the game is fantastic. Definitely probably the highlight of everything I've played so far. And then moving into highlights, Call of Duty 2. Given that Black Ops 7 is terrible right now, this one has been very, very enjoyable actually. I did really enjoy my time with Call of Duty 2, and it's one of those things, I think I've said it before in Plat, and that's, I miss the days when Call of Duty and even Medal of Honor, and I miss the days when there was a lot of World War II shooters. Give me the Outfit, give me Enemy Front, give me all of these games, Wolfenstein 2009, give me World War II shooters, because they're awesome. I don't want any of this Special Forces stuff. It's not interesting in the slightest. Give me Call of Duty 2. The veteran difficulty in this game is absolutely no joke. Grenade spam is brutal. It is absolutely brutal in this. I would say that the grenade spam in this is worse than World at War from memory. I need to go back and do the achievements in that. It is on the shelf. But I would say this is so much worse because you can't throw the grenades back and you can't sprint. So if you're behind cover and 17 grenades get thrown at you, welcome to the afterlife. But otherwise, this is an absolutely fantastic game. And then we move into an absolutely terrible game in CSI Hard Evidence. There are actually 3 CSI games with achievements, which means that I still have 2 more to do. Kill me. Yeah, this game is bad. It's another Ubisoft TV show classic. I think NCIS might have one as well. I've got Prison Break on the shelf actually. I need to get round to that one at some point. But CSI is bad. It's essentially a point and click where you go to a couple of crime scenes, you click your way around them to work out who solved the crimes. The voice acting is terrible. The loading screens are something special. It's certainly up there for one of the worst games I've ever played. Thankfully, there's only 5 achievements, so even though I've earned 2, I've got 400 gamer score. I actually use this to get to 10,000 gamer scores, so this is a milestone game for me, which is, yeah, that hurts my soul, to be honest. We then have Assassin's Creed Shadows here, which... it's an Assassin's Creed game. I'm working through this casually. I sort of pick it up every sort of weekend. I'll play a couple of hours. I'm finding it... I appreciate that they've gone more into the story, but the story is just not particularly interesting. And like I just went through a training session with Yasuki, is that his name? Yasukai. That's how much I'm not paying attention. I can't even remember the characters' names. And the training session of how he trained to become a samurai, which is in the past, went for like an hour and a half. And I found it interesting at first, and then it completely outstayed its welcome, which I think probably sums this game up fairly well. We then move on to X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is another game I'm really, really enjoying, actually. This is another one I missed as a kid. Unfortunately, my disc seems to be freezing up on level 4. I was having some issues with it last night where I couldn't actually load into level 4 and I couldn't install the game to my hard drive, which to me tells me that the disc is probably a bit of a problem. I know that I could probably just take it back to my local CEX and just swap it. For those of you that don't have CEX, CEX is a chain that is definitely in England, but is also here in Australia where you can sort of buy and sell secondhand games. It's fantastic. I've got quite a few near me. I'm very lucky with that. So I know that I can probably just take this back, and I think my local one does actually have another copy that I could swap this for, hopefully, and hopefully I'll be able to continue it, because this game is awesome. So much better than the movie. A rare example of a video game being better than the movie that's based on. Vampire Survivors. All I have to say about Vampire Survivors is I now understand. I started this on a whim about a week ago. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just pop this on and just have this be a game that I play for like 20 minutes before bed. You know, I can play it on the Xbox, I can play it on my computer, or I could play it on my portable, the ROG. So it's fantastic. It serves its purpose really well, and I get it. I now understand why people absolutely love this game, because it's amazing. Garlic is life. Definitely still in the early game, but Garlic is absolutely life in this one. Halo the Master Chief Collection, of course this is on here. Playing this with my good friend Callum. We're going through the legendaries at the moment. We're going to do Lasso at some point, so you'll probably see quite a lot of videos of me complaining about that. But Halo is obviously one of the best trilogies of all time, and then there's a couple other games tacked on at the end. But I'm really enjoying these games. I'm playing through Halo 4 at the moment, and that's, again, it's the first time I've ever played Halo 4. Halo 4 is not good. It's so much worse than the original trilogy, but it's still enjoyable compared to a lot of stuff that I've played, you know, in the last couple of years. It's certainly serviceable. And the last game that I have here is the 2006 version of Prey, which is an absolutely amazing game. Callum and I are boosting the multiplayer with this one because you only need 2 people. It's essentially just a bunch of kill achievements, which is nice. Really, really fun game. The game itself reminds me, I guess, of a lot of things like Quake and Doom 3 are probably the ones that I would say it has the most inspiration on. If you played the Prey from like 2017, I think it was, this is absolutely nothing like that game, but it is really, really good, and I do really, really enjoy it. This is probably one I'll finish by the end of the weekend, hopefully, give or take how long the multiplayer takes. But these are the games that I've been playing so far. I have, at this stage, I think it is 160 physical 360 games. Like I said, I want to collect the full PAL release, which I think is about 1,200. So I've got a lot to go on that. But let me know if you would actually like to see some collection videos, because I've got a lot of PlayStation 2 as well. I could do a couple of videos there. I probably do a lot of videos like this again, where I just sort of talk a lot about what I've been working on about the games. Maybe I'll do some reviews of games if that's interesting. Those will probably be sort of, I guess, in short content. I'm also really curious what you guys have been playing, because it's been a burst since I did a video. It's about 5 months, so I'm interested to see the progress that you guys have had in that time. What are some sort of highlight completions that you've had? Lower completions? Have you made any big changes? Are you like me and you've swapped between PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox in the past year, which is wild. Still earning stuff on Steam as well. Certainly not as much, just because I like playing on consoles. I like, as you can see there with the CRT, I got this recently. Absolute score, got this on Facebook Marketplace. Really enjoying just sitting back on the couch and playing games. Let me know if you'd like a setup to it, because the room is, it's the first time ever where this room is exciting for me to be in, which is a really nice thing. And I guess the other thing too is I'm going to try and do just some sort of achievement hunting live streams here or there. They'll probably be on YouTube here. I just want to sort of, I guess, create this channel into a chill space where I just talk about achievements with other people that are interested in them. I'm going to leave the high edited fun videos to legends like Twicer, shout out to you, buddy, who make amazing videos. I'm gonna leave that to them, and I'm just gonna talk about the things that I like. It's just gonna be chill here. Join the Discord. We've got some events in the works. I'm gonna start doing like we've got a journeys thread where you can sort of just talk about what you've been earning in games. A lot of people get around those. I'm going to start doing one on my achievement journey, falling back in love with this hobby that has treated me well for most of my life at this point. I started doing achievements 20 years ago. That is scary to think of. But this has been another video. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. If you got this far, thank you so much. Like, seriously, thank you so much. Let me know what you're working on at the moment. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.